we have to remember who we are.
Welcome to another episode of Health and Wellness. I'm your host, Rosen Green, and on today's program is Maya Chambers. She was born and raised in New York City to parents of Latin African American descent. Maya Chambers has been a vegan for 8 years. Maya started the healthier journey in 2000 when she was diagnosed with fibroids. After doing extensive research, she was able to treat herself by juicing fruits and vegetables to minimize the growth of the fibroids. Over the years, Maya Chambers has practiced a raw and vegan diet and has introduced juicing tips to friends and family. In 2014, Maya Chambers gained clients and founded a wellness juicing program called Maya Goddess. Wow! Her mission is to spread awareness about the benefits of juicing and healthy eating habits. One day to have her own practice geared to wellness coaching and to develop a great relationship with clients, everyday people, athletes, and actors. Today we will be exploring how natural juicing can contribute to better health and wellness. Welcome to the program, Maya.
Hi.
It's a pleasure having you on the program. It's a different perspective that we're looking on. And I just want you to introduce us to in terms of what you do and what motivated you to start natural juicing.
Okay. Well, what motivated me was in 2000, my doctor had diagnosed me with fibroids, and there wasn't a real reason to why I had it. It could have been from stress, unhealthy eating habits. When I was younger, I would eat a lot of processed foods, fast foods. So in 2000, I did extensive research on my own and found that incorporating more veggies and fruit would not only help me and have me at my healthiest, but also minimize the growth of the fibroids. So what I started doing was juicing, finding out what the different vegetables and fruits, what their benefits were, nutritional value. And then I started juicing every single day. And now I juice sometimes twice a day, depending if I'm going to detox. I'll juice maybe 3 times a day, but it's helped tremendously.
Right. And that would be my next question. How was it helped in a way that you said, okay, this is something I need to invest in, or this is something I need to teach others about? So tell us in terms of how extensively it has helped you.
And I think it is both. Two, I wanted to find another approach to taking a whole bunch of pills and prescriptions that sometimes does more harm than good. And then once I found different ways of eating vegetables, raw foods, and I felt the benefits. I felt lighter, I didn't have headaches, my skin cleared up, it was good for my hair. Also, with the knowledge and the education that I learned on my own, then I was able to help other people, friends and family. I also have family relatives that have different health issues, friends as well. And it's not necessary if you have a health issue. It can also be maybe if you're tired, if you're suffering from depression, insomnia. Also, a lot of fruits and vegetables are good if you have maybe like bad breath or, you know, hygiene. So it's just good to have every day just so you're at your best. I think it's important to just be the best version of yourself.
Okay, and I'm going to go back to, because I'm sure a lot of women are watching and they want to find out, does this really help to better or eliminate illnesses such as women suffering from fibroids?
Yes, menstrual cramps, especially when we're going through that. Because of the loss, you want to put back in the nutrients. For fibroids, a lot of women have it and they sometimes don't even know. And you do have to get it monitored every few months so it doesn't turn into a tumor or cancer. Even for women that have cancer, incorporating the green juices can be extremely beneficial.
Okay. And what are the correct ways of doing juicing?
Well, juicing, I think a lot of people think you need a juicer, but I've had a blender for years, and I think the blender is a great option because not only can you make a juice, you can make a smoothie.
Right.
You know, juicing can sometimes be very repetitive and boring. So if you know, in the summertime want to make a smoothie, you have that option. You can make your own pasta sauce. You can make your own soups. So what I do is I put all the ingredients in the blender. I'll add either Fiji water or like a natural juice. Limit the juice because I don't like to use a lot of sugar. I'll use coconut water and then I'll blend it. And then if I want more of a juice content, then I will strain it with the strainer under a pot, and then I have my juice, which is right here. So this I used in the blender, and then I was able to strain it, and it's more of a juice liquid.
Right. And a lot of persons make the mistake that they need a lot of sugar in juicing. How much sugar do you get, and is that sufficient for the body?
Well, all the sugar that's in this juice is sugar from fruit, so it's all natural.
Wow.
Dates is a perfect way to sweeten a juice because dates are really, dates are really sweet. They're high in fiber. They're good for cleaning out your intestines, to give you regular bowel movements. So I will use that. Banana is also a great way. And when the banana is turning slightly brown, it's actually sweeter. So then you can also use it in the blender for juice, and it gives like a nice sweet taste. Pineapple is awesome as well.
Okay, because a lot of persons made a mistake that by juicing, you don't get enough fiber. Do they?
You do.
Okay.
Apples are a great way for fiber. Beets are a great way for fiber. Berries are also great in fiber. So you do get a lot of fiber. A lot of the vegetables have fiber. They have nutrients, minerals, potassium, all high in vitamins A, C, E, K, you know, all the things that your body needs anyway to function and clean itself out. Lemon is also really great for detoxifying. It's great to clean out your intestines. It's great for weight loss.
How frequent do one need to juice, though, in terms of within a day or within a week? How frequent?
I think it's based on your schedule. If you have a busy schedule and you're waking up in the morning and it's hard for you to make the juice, then either buy it in a store or make it when you go home. If you work out, you maybe want to have it before you work out or after. I like to juice in the morning. I like to drink hot water with lemon because it cleans out my intestines and my kidneys. And then after a while, once I let my stomach settle and have some rest, then I'll make myself a green juice. And I sometimes make a larger size than that, so I have it, you know, throughout the day.
Okay. And how much do you eat while you're juicing? Because I'm sure, do you drink before you prepare a meal, or what's the best way to have your natural juice to ensure that you have sufficient?
I like to have it by itself.
Okay.
Have it by itself, and then, you know, within a few minutes, I think too, sometimes we're dehydrated, sometimes we need water, sometimes we're rambling in our thoughts and we're not centered that we think we need food. You do need food, but have the juice first.
Okay.
Let it sit, see how you feel, you know, just feel the benefits of it. And then afterwards, if you're hungry, by all means, you know, have like something with a green or a vegetable. And if you need a protein, then have a protein.
Wow. And do you mix the vegetables or you separate them? If you're doing just vegetables, you're doing vegetables. If it's fruit, how do you do that? How do you make that decision?
Well, with vegetables, I like to limit the fruit.
Okay.
And I don't like to incorporate a lot of fruits. There are certain fruits color-wise that go together, like berries. You want to stick them with berries. If you want to add a vegetable, I would add one, either a kale or spinach.
Okay.
But with this juice, a lot of people at first, they think it's kind of bitter. So if you want to adjust to it and kind of, you know, get into the groove slowly, take baby steps, I recommend an apple and a banana. And you can just throw it in the blender. Mix it together, and then voila.
And before we go into our demonstration on the other side of this break, give us your recommendation for those persons who are watching and needs to know, okay, why should I do natural juicing?
I think with awareness and education, you can be your best self. I'm a strong believer that you have to take care of yourself first and foremost to be your best self. We're in the city, we tend to overwork ourselves, overwork our bodies. And this is a good way to say thank you to your body and to put back all the things that maybe, you know, the toxins have taken out and
Right.
the stress. And I just think it's an overall good process, and it's just so beneficial. And instantly you will feel the benefits. You know, it's a process. Know what you like. Don't put everything together. Take baby steps. Use maybe kale, spinach, an apple, and a banana. Start off slow. See how you feel. Take a walk outside, meditation, and I think it'll be awesome.
Fantastic. And on that wonderful note, we're going to take a break. Contemplate on all that she have just said. And when we come back, she's going to prepare a natural juice for us. Stay with us.
Fibroids in the uterus is a ball of smooth muscle, basically. Your uterus is a muscle. Fibroid is just a ball of that muscle. And it's pushing on the lining, or it's making the uterus big. People have bleeding or pressure related to that. And they can get pretty big. They can get the size of my fist. And some people can have 4 or 5 the size of my fist in their uterus. And that becomes a pretty big thing there. The reason that people have fibroids removed is because they're having trouble with bleeding, or they're having pressure. It can cause frequency of urination, and in some cases it can interfere with fertility. So the treatment for fibroids in a reproductive age woman that wants to maintain her fertility is to remove those, and that procedure is called a myomectomy.
Thank you so much for staying with us here on Health and Wellness, and with me is Maya Chambers, and she's going to show us how to do natural juicing. And I'm going to ask you to give us a demonstration before I have my taste. We're going to do a demonstration with you. So
Okay.
show us what to do.
Great. So this is a green juice that anyone can make. It takes less than, I want to say, 3 minutes. Excuse me. I'm going to use kale. Kale is a super green leaf. It's high in so many minerals, nutrients, and extremely high in protein. So what you do is, of course, you rinse all your vegetables. What I'm using is organic. I like to use organic because it's free of pesticides. And then you actually know what you're getting. And you want to get all the vegetables and fruits in its rawest form.
Okay.
So you put in your kale, and it's based on the person. Use your discretion of how much you would like to use.
How much do we use if we're, say, for instance, we're making just a glass of juice?
For yourself, I would use maybe like a handful.
Okay.
If you want it a little bit more sweeter, then I would use a whole banana in terms of like half. But right now, we'll do half.
Okay.
And then this is watercress. Watercress is also an excellent source of calcium, and it's high in vitamin A, C, and K.
Okay.
Okay. Spinach is also a great leaf. And then I like to use turmeric powder.
Oh, wow. I didn't know we could do that. Okay.
And also, if you work out and you want more energy, you can also put like a shot of echinacea. You can put a shot of B12. Flaxseed is also really good. You can use chia seeds. So you can put a vitamin inside to give you an extra kick.
Okay.
And then cucumbers I always use. A green apple. Green apple, if anyone is a diabetic, I want to say it's very important to use celery, cucumbers, because it's more water-based and it's extremely beneficial for someone who's diabetic, and a green apple, because green apples have less sugar. And then you'll put in your dates to sweeten.
Okay.
And then instead of using water, I'm using coconut water. And you want to fill it where it covers the vegetable or fruit, whatever you're using. Okay, we're going to blend. A nice color.
And does it take long to blend?
want to blend for a few minutes. You want to make sure you're getting a liquid.
Okay. So that's because we're running out of limited time, but in terms of if you have enough time to go through in terms of blending out all the vegetables, you give it that time.
Yeah, you want to
Okay.
give it a few minutes. Like right now it's at a liquid.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
Yes.
If you wanted to strain it, you can. Sorry. And then if you wanted a smoothie, then you would do less liquid and then have more vegetable.
Okay.
And you're done.
Oh.
And it was a few minutes.
Oh wow.
So it takes a few minutes out of your
Right.
day.
Okay. And I'm
Try it.
gonna try it really quickly.
This is the green juice.
Oh wow. I was scared because it was too green.
It's
but
green.
It's nice. And if it wasn't nice, I'm going to tell you. It was nice. It's really delicious. And I must thank you, Maya, for
Thank you.
sharing this with us and sharing your experience with us. And thank you to our viewers for staying with us and keep tuning in and keep us interesting. And I must ask you to like us on Facebook as we continue to share more stories like my story.
And again, I'm going to do a green juice for beginners. The ingredients that I have for this green juice is cucumbers. Cucumbers is great if you have high blood pressure or diabetes. It's a water-based vegetable. And I also have celery. Celery is also good if you are diabetic and have high blood pressure. And then I'm going to use green apples. I like green apples because they're low in sugar. So again, if anyone has diabetes or high blood pressure or just wants a more green juice with less sugar, I highly recommend green apples as well. And then lemon, I like to use lemon in majority of my juices. There's great cleansing properties to lemon. It's high in vitamin C. And then my greens that I'm using is a spring mix. This you can find at any grocery store. It's organic. I like to use organic produce, vegetables, fruits in all my juices. I feel the benefits are a lot better and they're low in pesticides. And for anyone that wants to add some sweetener to the juice instead of using honey, I like to use dates. Dates are also high in fiber. They're good for cleaning out your intestines, and they're also good for keeping you nourished, full throughout the day if you do want to just do a juice for cleansing and you want to substitute it for a meal. Ginger is very good for the body. It's good if you have any stomach issues. It's good if you have a cold. And then I also pop the ginger into the blender. When using cucumber, I like to use organic because there's low pesticides in the skin. If you bought a cucumber that isn't organic, I would recommend peeling the skin off and then using it into the blender. So I'm going to cut my cucumber. And again, you don't have to cut small pieces. You can cut your cucumber to this size. Now, even though I use organic, I still clean my vegetables and fruit with apple cider vinegar. And it's up to you. It depends on how much you like the taste. I like to use an entire cucumber. Some people will like to use half. And now I'm cutting celery. And now I'm adding the mixed greens. I'm adding 2 dates for fiber. It's up to the person making the juice. I like to use either distilled water, Fiji water, a clean water, or then I will use coconut water. So I'm going to add fresh water.
Thank you so much for staying with us on the program. In this segment of Living Well with Dr. Robert Gucciardo, we're going to speak about juicing. You have just seen Maya as she demonstrates some lovely presentation, but now we're going to talk in terms of professionally about what's the benefit of juicing.
Well, there's a lot of benefits of juicing. Maya's story is actually very interesting because she learned pretty much on her own and took care of her health because she was having a lot of health concerns. And you hear a lot of stories like that, people taking it into their own hands, and that's really good to do. Yeah, and the benefits of juicing are absolutely amazing. I'm no expert on it, but as a nutrition doctor and a chiropractor, a lot of patients ask me these questions. Juicing can benefit you in many ways. But juicing alone, just want to understand a few things, juicing alone is not a good thing. Juicing should be used as a supplement or an addition to your normal healthy eating. Right? Juicing is a way of getting the nutrients that you can't get from sitting down and eating, you know, 3 cups of kale. Right? 3 cups of broccoli to get your right amount of vegetables for the day. It's just a way to add to it. So you're getting in this, you know, power-packed juice, you're getting lots of nutrients, vitamins, and minerals that your body needs. But it shouldn't be done alone. Now, there's some different theories on that and thoughts and schools of thought on that. But for everyday practice, it should be done in addition to your food. There are situations, though, Roseanne, where someone will have to do juicing alone. There's a couple of therapies and doctors out there like Dr. Max Gerson for the Gerson therapy, where they'll put people strictly on juicing for a period of time, those who might have terminal conditions like cancer and situations like that. They do that for the fact that they want to eliminate all the toxic activity that's going on in the body, and they don't want to introduce too much protein or other things to interfere with that healing process, because your proteins will affect your liver function, and they're looking to clean that up. So juicing can have great benefits, both for someone who's in a terminal situation that wants to try to make a change, and for the everyday person. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. Because I found out that even for me, I don't tend to like, in terms of a lot of juicing, but the way it's done, it's interesting, and it encourages you to drink it. It encourages you because you see that they're not doing it, because I thought juicing should be done not in a blender.
Yeah, there's different ways you can do that. What Maya was showing with juicing in the blender, a lot of people are incorporating in because it's easier, and it's also it's a more cost-effective way to do it. Some of these juices can be quite expensive, and there's different types of juicers. You have juicers called centrifugal, where it's a spinner, and you put the things in there, and it gently takes apart, you know, all the fiber from it and extracts all the nutrients, and it just comes out as juice with no pulp, no nothing. And you can probably get a unit like that somewhere between $300 to $600, and you can get started and working on that. But then there's other ones, like people who are doing the Gerson therapy, where they're doing large amounts of juicing every day. They'll use what's called a Norwalk juicer. And boy, that's like the Rolls Royce of, you know, it's the Mercedes Benz. It's that guy. It's like $2,500.
Oh, well.
But it's a very, it can handle a high amount of vegetable juicing and fruit juicing. And it's very gentle on it too, so it preserves a lot more nutrients. Yeah, so there's differences in that. With blending, you're keeping the nutrients together and you're keeping the fiber together. And as Maya said, she was spinning it far so she doesn't see anything in there anymore, which means that graininess is almost gone from it. But she will strain it from time to time as well. And she'll also use the other things for like making cakes and different things. So there are differences in that. You know, sometimes it's more cost effective because you can get a really good blender to do that, like a Vitamix or even Montel Williams has, you know, one of those blenders because he did a lot of juicing through his, you know. So, you know, it's varying schools of thoughts, but you still get a benefit from each one of them for health,
For those persons who find it difficult to, because they're saying vegetables should not be blended, it should be steamed, and for persons who don't like it like that, what would you advise them to, okay, juicing is good because of these reasons, in terms of, for persons who is seeking a healthier way? And do you find, for myself, I can speak for myself, sometimes when you don't have the time to steam these, some of the vegetables. It's good to blend and have it. So on the go that you can have it in a glass or
Absolutely.
anything to travel with you.
Yeah, well, for a convenience thing, blending is the easiest,
Right.
because most of the machines for juicing,
Right.
you have to clean them right away,
Right,
or else
right.
what'll happen is the food remnants get into the thing, and it can cause mold and fungus
Right,
buildup, which
right.
will contaminate your future juicing.
Right.
And it does take anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes to clean most of these things. So blending, yeah, you blend it,
Yeah.
rinse it, clean it, done,
Right.
and you move on. So if you're a busy schedule, yeah, that works really well. You know, with what you said before about steaming, you know, if someone doesn't have time to steam their vegetables or cook them, the best thing to do, cook them ahead of time. This way you just take it and go. If you cook a batch of things ahead of time, you have 3 or 4 days worth of vegetables, you could take them and use them, so you can eat a combination of both,
Right.
some blended and some
Right.
steamed.
Wow. Yeah. That's I'm sure a lot of our viewers are like, okay, that will work for me. And for those persons in our final thought right here and closing out in this segment, what would be your best advice for persons? What would complement best juicing in terms of nutrition?
As far as what vegetables
Yeah,
to use?
yeah.
Oh, Maya did the basic greens one. That's really good. You can add some light fruit to it to sweeten it a little bit. Those are nice things, but then you
Okay.
can get more elaborate. You can get more elaborate. My wife made an anti-inflammatory one with tomatoes and bell peppers, and
wow.
I thought it was delicious. She didn't really care for it, the tomatoey
Right.
taste, but I thought it was really, really nice.
Right.
So there's many different recipes just to help people. There's one called the Juice Lady. I'm forgetting her name. Sherry Calbon, I
Okay.
think it is. And she has a lot of recipes on there that you can utilize for different things,
Okay.
inflammation, for this, for that. So you can really get detailed with that. And also the Gerson Institute, Gerson Therapy, on their website, they have some juicing tips and blogs that you can get information from too. So there's a lot of variety out there of great information that people can utilize, yeah.
Oh,
And just
wow.
start, just, you know, give it a try, you know. But again, it's in addition
Right.
to your normal everyday eating healthy, eating real food.
Wow. And also, for persons who want to get in contact with you, they can email you at drrob@drgucciardo.com, because you give them some advice as to what they can do.
Absolutely.
as it relates to
They
their
can
health.
reach me at any time. Even if it's not about juicing, if it's any other health
Right.
concerns, they can feel free to, you know, give me an email, and we can kind of go back and forth, and hopefully I can point them in the right direction. Yeah.
Fantastic. And thank you so much to our viewers for staying with us in this segment of Living Well. Thank you so much to our viewers for staying tuned to Health and Wellness. On behalf of the entire production team, I want to wish you good health